Recording? Hello, is it recording? Yes, it is. Hello, everybody. Look what I have here behind me. That is an old calendar with all these mountains, and I just found it. I found that calendar, and I just decided to cut out all these pictures and put them together, and it created this really nice effect in my room. I really am proud of it. Anyway, I'm going to read you something about the new Funny You. So just hold on a second, and I'm gonna read it to you here. The bottom line about laughing about others is that it totally sucks because it has forever prevented you from being able to laugh about yourself, which is of course the real deal. And this is why you're not getting any humor from me. Yeah. I have embodied language, and my humor is a different matter than the so-called humor you are used to with disembodied language. There's nothing for you to laugh about me, because with me, you go cold turkey. With your negative disembodied language, you keep wanting to laugh for the wrong reasons, and I'm not going to let that happen. If it was up to you, you would never hit rock bottom. You could call my humor strict humor, because you either are going to laugh about yourself or you're not going to laugh at all. Laughing about others is a thing of the past. It is what people used to do when they didn't know that they could have fun by engaging in embodied language, in which they would laugh about themselves all the time. This ignorance about laughing about ourselves has been deliberately continued and exploited by all our so-called comedians. If they had been honest with their audience, they would have admitted that their humor was actually a coping mechanism to deal with their own dreadful lives. Instead of making themselves laugh, comedians, they figured out that they could make others laugh, and so they basically used their own trauma and their own tragedy as a way to get the attention from others. And this is what everybody actually does in disembodied language. Everyone demands the attention from others with their drama in disembodied language. And only comedians will do it in such a way that you can't help but laugh, that you almost feel like you have to laugh. No matter how successful funny people might have been in making others laugh, the laughter of others never helped them, and it made them feel even more depressed, more disconnected, and more suicidal. While comedians' problems keep accumulating and escalating, which is, by the way, a common thing in disembodied language, everybody sees that happening in their lives. But in the case of the comedians, I'm speaking on behalf of the comedians here, while the comedians' problems keep accumulating and escalating, they are not getting the attention that they wanted. Funny how it was the only attention they have ever received from others. That's when they made them laugh. So in a previous piece, I said that these humorists, they are, the people who laugh about these comedians, they are enablers. And anyway, in effect, the so-called stand-up comedian, for the so-called stand-up comedian, it is even more difficult to laugh than it is for the audience to laugh about themselves. Sorry, yeah. So they make other people laugh, but for them it is even more difficult to laugh about themselves than it is for you, the audience, who wants them to make you laugh. Yeah. Humor with our disembodied language is a weird shit show because the audience has the impression at the expense of the comedian that they are having fun because they are being entertained and distracted from themselves in the exact same way as the comedian is also distracting him or herself from him or herself with his or her stupid act. My humor which derives from my embodied language, is only for those who, like me, see the importance of not laughing about others, also not about me. My unwillingness to make you laugh is to create an opportunity you otherwise might never have. I'm well aware that you are eager to laugh about me, but I can't allow it, as I know what's best for me is also best for you. If we are going to laugh, there's some work to be done here, and I'm not going to do that work for you. The old saying, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you," is no longer applicable, because your negative disembodied language really isn't a laughing matter. With embodied language, humor is always about what you do unto yourself, what you say to yourself, what you actually do for yourself with your language. I like my embodied language humor better than the phony disembodied language humor in which people laugh about others. Don't expect me to make you laugh. I told you that laughing about yourself is where it's at. If you want to blame me or someone else for not being funny, go ahead and blame yourself and that you are not funny to yourself, and I guarantee it will not make you laugh. In other words, what you have done unto others never worked for you either, yet you never took notice of it, so that you could live it up a little and have some fun about yourself, by yourself, with yourself. Yes, you can do it, but first you will have to stop expecting with your disembodied language that others have to make you laugh. And after that, you'll notice once your embodied language starts going, you're not such a hard ass anymore, because you really don't need to or even want to make yourself laugh. Why would anyone want to make themselves laugh? Surprisingly, just when you finally admit what a meaningless, hopelessly humorless life that you're living, you begin to giggle about yourself a little bit. It's still rather small, but it is good enough, as it is the real beginning of the new funny you. All right.